Hello everyone. Today we will be learning about basic stitching. Basic stitching is really important. Learning how to hand sew is really important because you're not always going to have the equipment. Just in case you don't have the equipment, you're not able to have a sewing machine. This is just basic good knowledge to have, and we're going to get started. So for today's basic stitching lesson, you will need a thread, some fabric that I have already labeled for you all, scissors, a Sharpie marker, thread needle, and a tomato cushion. So today, to get started, we are going to be working on the basting stitch, which is one of the most easiest basic stitches that you can do. To start off the basting stitch, we're going to start at the bottom of the fabric and follow the line. We're going to follow the line for all of these stitches. You're going to start at the back of the fabric and bring your needle up, pull through until you hit the knot that you made for the thread, and then you're just going to take it back down into the thread, pull it out, pull it through the back of the fabric, following that line that we made. And then we're going to repeat and come back up to the top from the bottom of the fabric. So we're going to continue to go from the bottom of the fabric to the top of the fabric. So we're going to pull that through. And then you're going to repeat that again and go through the back. Very similar to the basting stitch. It is just the thread length is a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to start and show you guys. So let's get started. Alright, for the running stitch, I'm going to start on the back of the fabric again, just like I did with the basting stitch. We're going to start from the back of the fabric, and we're going to pull that thread through, stopping at the knot. And I'm going to pull it back through again, but in smaller increments. I'm not going up further like I did with the basting stitch. You're going to do it closer. So for the running stitch, you're going to go in through the back, through the top, through to the back. And then we're going to go from the back of the thread, the back of the fabric, and pull the thread through the top, just like that. And we're going to do that again for the remainder of the line that we have on the fabric. So we're going to go through the top, pull it through the back of the fabric, and then we're going to take this from the back of the fabric and through the top. So the secret to having a good running stitch is making sure that the stitch length is the same throughout the entire stitch. That will ensure that you have a good stable stitch. So far we have 3 running stitches, and now we have taken that from the back. So now we're going to start from the back of the fabric again, pull the stitch through the top, nice and taut, and then we're going to go through the front of the fabric again and back through the back. I'm going to pull it back through the back. Sorry, it gets stuck sometimes. Back through the back. We have a running stitch. Looks just like this. This just looks like a smaller basting stitch. And the basting stitch looks just like this. Pull the basting stitch back out for you all. Basting stitch is a bigger than a running stitch. Same concept. The running stitch and basting stitch. Sorry. Very similar. Alright. So now we're going to go into back stitch. I created this line with the notches on them to make it easier for you to know, to hear my instructions and have a visual, so it will make more sense for you all. So we're going to get started, so what I just said will make sense. So here we go. I'm going to pull this down. Okay, so for today, get my hair out the way. So for today, we're going to be doing the back stitch, our last stitch, and you're going to start at notch 1, the first notch. Okay, you're going to go through the first notch with your thread, pull your thread through, move. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to pull that through. And then you are going to pull right into notch 1 again towards the back. So you're going to go through the top of your fabric, go back through the same notch over again, back to the same notch. You're going to pull it through the back. You're going to pull it through the back. And then we're going to go we're going to pull from the back up to notch 2. So you're going to thread from the back to notch 2. You're going to pull your needle from the back through notch 2. And then you're going to thread from the top through notch 2 again. So we're going to go through that same hole again. Thread that through to the back through notch 2. Going to pull that through, and you should have very little dots. It should almost look like you haven't done anything. Alright, so now that we've got that, we are going to go through notch 3 from the back. You're going to continue to go from the notches. You're going to go up through one notch and go back down through the same notch, and then you're going to come up to the next notch. Today's lesson on the basic stitching with Imani Cobb, and these stitches are good to use for basically just anything. So I do encourage you to keep these stitches for your memory, and see you next time.